All right, we're live with another one with my guy Tyler today, and Tyler and I we met in the Facebook group, right? The hard,
Yeah.
yeah, we met in the Facebook group and we've talked a little bit, but we've never like talked on the phone or anything. So this is just raw conversation talking about business. But I'll let you kind of introduce yourself, tell everyone what you do.
Yeah, man. No, appreciate it. Yeah, we run Fast Break Digital Marketing, which is a contractor growth marketing agency. And so we run a lot of Facebook ads, SEO for home service businesses, a lot like yourself. So we kind of come from the same circles, and I know we both played college basketball and did are from that background too. So it's
Yeah,
always been interesting to talk to you. We have a lot in common. So
yeah.
no, we've been doing it for 4 years, and it's really exciting to be able to bring a lot of results to guys and help them grow their businesses into something cool that they could be proud of. And no, just been looking forward to talking to you. Like I said, we have a lot in common, and it'll be fun to chop it up.
Yeah, for sure. So what got you into it? Like where was your start? Did you study marketing in college or
Not at all, bro. Like I don't know, and I'll probably ask you the same one here in a second when we talk. But I was working. Uh, we're living in California, and I was coaching high school basketball. I still coach high school basketball now,
Hmm.
but I was coaching, and I had to figure out a way to. I didn't want to stay. I didn't want to work a 9 to 5 anymore. I
Yeah.
had a 1 year old. We just had a baby, and so we had a 1 year old at the time, and we were planning a move to Idaho, where we live now. And I was just like, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I want to stay home with our daughter, and I want to coach basketball full time.
Yeah.
And so I had to figure out something that was like fit my schedule, that I can make my own schedule, and marketing just happened to be the way to go about it. I kind of 4 years ago, there was a lot of like marketing courses going on. And so I jumped
Mhm.
in one of those, and
Okay.
it worked out really, really well. Learned a lot
Yeah.
about the industry, had no background in sales or marketing at all.
Right.
But jumped in, had some mild success, and it's just grown ever since for the last 4 years.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so you're a course guy then. You took how many courses did you take? Was it just like one and that was like helped you, or did you take a few?
Yeah, it wasn't like a DIY course. It was more like a mentorship. And
Okay, I
so
see.
jumped into like a mentorship with a guy named Nick Tan, who I'm sure you've seen. He runs outside leads for like lighting companies.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, so I was with him for a while. I ended up coaching in his program a little bit, mentoring other agency owners. Yeah, but I just jumped into that and learned the trade and learned that hey, I'm pretty good at talking to people. I'm a coach, and it's
Yeah.
natural for me to do this kind of stuff. And so that's just kind of how I got into it. And ever since then, I've just kind of been, uh, you know, not with Nick anymore. Nick runs a couple other things now. Now I'm like in the circle with like Chris Morrison and those guys, and
Okay.
we're doing a lot of big things over there. But yeah, I've just always kind of been a team and mentorship kind of guy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. What about you, man? Like, what did you start? I don't know much about your journey. So,
Yeah, so I've been in it for about 3 years now.
oh,
And like yeah, I was studying marketing in school, but like I dropped out. Like I didn't finish. If I'm being honest, I flunked out.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I went through some stuff and like yeah, flunked out and was like,
for
okay,
sure.
I need to get into business. And so really I started off just like trying a bunch of things like every entrepreneur is, and I started doing Airbnb arbitrage for a bit, and it's like obviously completely different. But
Yeah,
Airbnb, they take like a bunch of fees and stuff on your bookings, and so I was like, okay, like I'm gonna make a private booking site to like not have to pay all these Airbnb fees, and so that's what like got me my start in like making websites and stuff. And I made the website, and I realized like, oh crap, like I'm not getting any traffic, and so that led me to like I need to learn SEO so I can actually like get
yeah,
traffic to the website. And then I had a couple people like reach out to me and ask me if I could help them build a site similar to mine. And so did that for free just to kind of like see. And then I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and a
nice.
bunch of like regulations passed that summer with Airbnb and like basically shut me down.
Yeah,
I lost like thousands of dollars, like really, really bad. And so I'm like, okay, and then also during that time, my roommate who I was staying with, he just like up and left and stopped paying his half of the rent. And it's I was just like screwed, and I needed to figure out how to make some money. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start an agency, and
yeah,
yeah, and then I started off just like social media marketing and stuff, just because I feel like that would probably be the easiest. Um, I closed my first client for I think 3,500 for like 6 months of work, like literally nothing. And then I didn't close a single other client for like 8 months after that.
Dude, same.
Yeah. And then basically like I've gone through a bunch of different stages. I ended up like moving on to like websites, SEO, all that. Then I like completely cut like new website builds and was just focused on SEO. And then actually earlier this year, like cut everything and all in on paid ads. And that's
Yeah.
where like seeing just crazy growth this year. So yeah, that's kind of my journey. I
Dude, it's
didn't take any
wild.
courses or anything, just
You're self-taught. I mean, I'm pretty much self like I said, the agency mentorship was more about like starting in business stuff and here's how you do a little bit of stuff, but like yeah, we're self-taught guys. So
yeah,
we
yeah,
learned the hard way. But I had the same journey of like I signed a client and like 3 months in, and then I didn't sign another one for like 6 months straight. And I was like, dude,
yeah.
this sucks.
Bro, I know it was so bad. I'm like, what is that? Because like when I started my climb, bro, I had literally been at it for maybe like 3 weeks, and so I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then literally nothing else.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
takes a while. And then you've been how long now?
So
3 years?
this is like my third year. Yeah.
Okay.
And like this is like I feel like this year like I found the path that I'm gonna like stay on. Like
Yeah.
I think we talked about it over text, like only paid ads. I don't
Yeah.
want to do anything else. And so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then I started in paid ads mostly, and then we added SEO on because I bought out an SEO agency basically,
I see. What
and
was
I
that
kept the
process
operator
like?
on. I I had known the guy already through another venture we were in, but it was pretty easy. Like basically, my head of fulfillment and Meta, my head of fulfillment on SEO are both agency owners
I see.
that were really, really good at like the fulfillment part of it and not great at like the sales business part of it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is a good fit because I'm really good on the business sales part of it. I don't like the fulfillment part of it. And
Yeah.
so it was very easy for me to be like, hey, why don't you run the fulfillment? I'll give you a percentage of the work and I'll close the new work and do all that stuff and oversee the business.
I
And it
see.
just worked out well.
Okay, yeah, that's actually so I used to have a partner in the agency,
Yeah.
and that's the exact structure we had. And he's the one who like got me to shift over into like websites and SEO anyways. He just told me I could probably make a lot more money. And so yeah,
Yeah.
he very smart, like technical guy. He would say it himself, he can't sell to save his life.
For
And so
sure. For sure.
yeah, so we linked up, we partnered up, and we ended up splitting about a year ago, and like
Yeah.
no hard feelings or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it was same exact setup. How dialed in are you on fulfillment now? Like, are you still like in the weeds at all, or is it really just sales focus?
I really don't do any fulfillment if I'm being
Uh,
honest. Like I'm pretty much sales and like do a lot of like client CSM stuff, client success stuff.
yeah,
But that's the next part I'm trying to get kind of out of because our head of meta fulfillment actually is phenomenal in like CSM work.
really.
And I was trying to balance like how much workload am I giving her and like, how much support am I giving her? But like she's really good in that area. But yeah, my role right now is pretty much sales. I do my own marketing.
Okay.
So like I film, that's where I'm going heavy this year. I hired a full like a videographer this year.
Yeah.
So we just got done filming. We just did an hour of filming, and so I'm filming every week now. I'm putting out new content like yourself with YouTube and stuff, going
Yeah.
harder on that. Just trying to drop new videos, and like I was always kind of scared of like not scared, but like I always got like writer's block almost. Like I don't know what to film, I don't know what to put out, and I just started
Yeah.
going like I'm just gonna start talking.
Yeah.
Right? And that makes the best YouTube videos when I like see a problem and I'm just like I'm just gonna talk about it. I'll make a quick
Yeah.
Miro board and I'll just talk.
Yeah. No,
Right.
that's mirror board. Yeah, it's the best way to do it. So
Yeah, so I'm pretty much out of fulfillment, which is nice because it's not the part I like the most, and my team's really, really good at it.
yeah.
But that's the part that takes the most time, in my opinion,
Mm,
and kind of keeps you restricted to like the house or like your computer.
yeah.
Like, I can work pretty much anywhere at this point just because I'm doing like the sales and marketing stuff.
Yeah. For sure.
But I would be lost. Like if I was doing fulfillment, I would want my home set up.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So, but yeah,
definitely.
what about you? Are you fully in fulfillment, or you have a
Yeah.
team around you now?
So, bro, it's pretty crazy. Like, I've gone like complete 180. Like, I love fulfillment.
Yeah,
Like before, I literally couldn't care less how stuff got done. But like, yeah, I really love fulfillment now, and so I'm pretty like dialed into it.
that's good.
And like it. it doesn't mean like I'm working all day or anything. I
Sure.
put in place like a lot of like I have an editor and stuff for videos and all that. And
Nice.
because since we are only focused on paid ads, and like a lot of the things that I do on the fulfillment side, I've built like AI skills around them, like on Manus and Claude. And so like
Yep,
a lot of that stuff is automated. I'm really just like strategy for the most part.
for
But
sure.
yeah, so I spend a lot of time on that, and I do still like to go in the ads manager myself and like load up new creatives and stuff. And
Yeah.
that could be a limiting belief on my end, like thinking that maybe AI is not there. Maybe I should just try it. But yeah, I do still do that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so you use AI, I mean, you use it the way we use it a lot. Like we develop agents and MCPs to like do a lot of these process work. Like
Yeah.
what are you using AI for right now? Because I know a lot of guys use it for things that maybe they shouldn't be using it for.
Mhm.
Uh, like I agree on like the fulfillment part. Like I'm not going to fire up AI and let it create my ads for me.
Right.
Like we don't do that. But like where are you using it right now that you're seeing it save a lot of time?
Yeah, so every landing page is AI. Every landing page
Yeah.
and really, so say I sign a client today, they get the onboarding form, they fill all that out, and then my onboarding form gets sent directly to my Manus agent, and
Mm,
there's a skill on it. And so now it starts like building out the landing page, and then also
smart.
building out their ad scripts, which those two things typically take the longest. And
Yeah.
like I had to build up like a lot of data to like get it good enough
Sure.
to just like cold launch it. But yeah, it's really, really good now. So that's the main thing. I'm doing some dashboards just because
Yeah.
I really hate a lot of the like interfaces of some of these platforms. And so yeah, just doing dashboards that I can just see the results from Meta directly in there. And then recently, and I haven't charged anyone for this, but like I've just been building like little tools that I feel like can help my clients like bring a lead to a close quicker. And so like I made one that it's basically like a lead scoring tool. So like
Nice.
a lead comes in, is for a luxury remodeling company. So their average ticket size is like 90,000. And so
Mm,
we really need like good high quality people coming through. And so basically, the lead comes in, the agent starts pulling like a bunch of like deep research on this prospect, and then it builds out like a full sales report. It actually gives like angles on like how to best close this particular person, like based on
dang.
finding on their social media. Crazy story. Like we had one, this was like last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. The agent basically said that like this lady loves dogs. Like you need to figure out a way to like make sure her dog is involved in the sales process. And our estimator went out and he texted me after and it's like she's literally obsessed with her dog. She talked about it the entire time. And like by him just engaging with the dog, she was like, I want to go with you guys. It's literally crazy.
Dude, that's insane. You're a big reader, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you read How to Win Friends and Influence People?
I have, yeah.
So that is like the epitome of that book right
Yeah.
there. It's like the processes of like, hey, get them more interest, like be more interested in them than they are in you. Like
Yeah.
that's what you're doing there, and that's super cool because that's what I teach a lot of times too. Is like, hey, figure out something right within their life or when they walk into their home and you observe something, like start talking about that stuff, ask about that
Yeah.
stuff. But that's super cool because it's doing the research for you, and then this guy's basically teed up like, oh, I got to talk about a dog. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
No,
that's dope, man. Like,
it's
yeah,
pretty.
I know a guy that closed like $100,000 job because he noticed like certain like Aztec kind of architecture in the house, and he's like, what if I build an inlay in this patio that matches kind of that style? And they're like, yeah, it's a one-on-one patio at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
But I
that's
love it, dude.
yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. What about you? Like what else are you guys using it for?
We use it for a lot of reporting. So
Okay.
all of our reports are all, we use Codex a lot more now than Claude. We used to use
Okay.
Claude a lot more. I didn't love when they came out with like 4.7 and kind of ruined some
Yeah,
stuff for
it's
me.
been pretty trash recently.
Yeah, so we switched over to Codex, which has been pretty good for us. But we use it for a lot of reporting because the one thing with like SEO specifically, and you'll know this, is like it's super hard visibility wise for like the client to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like, well, yeah, like things are happening. You just got to trust us. And it's like the
Yeah.
hard part, like they get antsy. And so when we release a report every Friday that has like pulls API metrics from like, Search Console and things like this, they
Mhm.
see exactly what's happening in their
I see.
system. And so it gives them more peace of mind in the SEO process. Like that's how we retain so long because like,
Yeah.
oh, this is working.
Yeah.
And I feel like without that, we wouldn't. we wouldn't have to, and we'd have to spend a lot more time answering questions on our own,
Mm,
right? With the reporting, it's like, here's your report. Like you can request changes through this button, like, and it just fires it through the system. And so
yeah.
we use it a lot for processes. Like my head of the guy that does our web SEO, Brent, he's like he's a coder, back end
Okay.
coder. And so he's like obsessed with building agents and,
Yeah.
just MCPs and stuff. And like, so he's built them a lot for reporting. Our onboarding system is completely agentic now. Like,
Really?
and so like a lot of the things that took a lot of time for our team, like we've basically cut out.
Yeah.
We've gone to a lot more like, message your changes you want. If we can't figure out, we'll jump on a call, like just to save time.
Mm,
So we've kind of gone a little more, to that back end than front
yeah.
facing a lot of more. But yeah, we use it for a lot of process, a lot of reporting. We don't use it for anything like our ads are completely, built by our team.
Yeah.
We'll use it for like strategy and research for sure.
Mm,
But even like website, like we use some of it to build the website stuff because just structure and
yeah.
whatnot. But yeah, I think it's been a game changer for us just from the time aspect.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I talk about it all the time. So many people still look at AI as like a search engine, and like it's,
Oh yeah, yeah. Type into ChatGPT
yeah, it's so much more. And so, yeah, I
for
was like
sure.
hearing how other people are using it in their business.
Well, and I think
Uh,
people use it like, so they use it that way. And then I think people overuse it sometimes too, to like do I think there's certain things that you have to do on
yeah,
your own. Like there's certain things in your business as a business owner, we're talking about like contractors using AI. It's like, you can't use it to be you. You can't use it to like sell, right? You
yeah,
still have to sell. Like it'll never replace sales,
right,
right? But it'll replace like speed to lead and like getting qualification done and stuff like that. But you still got to be able to sell,
yeah,
right? Won't replace you and your brand. You still got to get your face on camera. Like it's not going to replace that stuff,
yeah.
right? But if you learn how to use it to help like your processes on the back end, like write SOPs and do that stuff, like you're gonna kill.
Yeah, no, for sure. So take me kind of through like your process. Say you sign in. Well, I guess first question I'll ask, like, from a service perspective, is everything like pretty split down the middle, like ads, SEO, or does it lean heavier to one thing?
We pitch full stack, so we always go in full stack, just
Yeah.
because I've seen it have the best results. Now we could start one place or the other, and we have with multiple clients, but I think for the most part, I would say like 80% of our clients do both with
Okay.
us.
Okay. Got it.
And then we have like the smaller, like newer contractor who's maybe not quite ready for ads yet that will start with like SEO. And then we
Yeah.
have the guy that already has like a pretty decent website that we'll just do ads for.
Okay. That makes
But
sense.
yeah,
And what does like that deal structure look like? Is it month to month or uh,
yeah, we usually go month to month. I stopped going contracts a long time ago. We'll still like pith at a 4 month.
yeah.
But I stopped going a lot of contract stuff. It just gave me a headache.
Yeah.
So I found it easier to come in and be like, hey, let us prove that we're good at what we do.
Yeah.
It just takes like it takes that risk away
Yeah.
for them, and it takes the risk away without being like, I don't like doing guarantees and stuff like that. And so I was like, oh, I got to find another way to remove risk for these guys. And it was
Yeah.
just that it was, hey, come in, experience this for a month, like love it or leave it, like no hard feelings, but you're gonna love it and stay.
Yeah.
And that caused more people to be like, yeah, I'll try it because I'm not locked into 4 months.
Yeah. That makes sense. What's like your average ticket size?
We're between 3 and 5K a month.
Okay.
So yeah. So typically if we're just doing like SEO, we're a little less if we're just doing
Yeah.
that part, but our full stack's usually 3 to 5K.
Okay. Okay, for
Yeah.
sure. And then I the question I was asking, like, kind of walk me through the process. Like, you onboard a new client today. Like, what are the next steps for them, and how do they get to like the point where they're getting results from what you guys do?
Yeah. So like I said, our onboarding's pretty agentic at this point. We have a back-end internal system that we can run an audit on their website, send an email out, and then send a proposal out in like like maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, really? Wow.
Right. And then they can start from that proposal. So we'll do it two ways. We'll jump on a sales call or a strategy call with them, talk to them. And
Mm,
then when they're like, yeah, let's do it, I'll send that over to them on the call. Right. I'll usually have the audit done and then send that over to them and they can just get started from there.
okay. I
So
see.
there's this get started button. And then it's, like I said, it's completely not automated, but it's completely back in like the onboarding process is just forms, right? Like they got to fill out the forms, they got to give us access, do all these things, and then
Yeah.
our process starts from there. We'll usually get on an onboarding call and talk to them about some of the strategy, what we see,
Mm,
and then we launch everything. Honestly, probably within 7 to 10 days.
okay.
So
Yeah.
we're like full website up, ads up. Um, waiting on some like ATP stuff basically. But
Yeah.
other than that, like we're pretty much up in 10 days and leads, as you know, like with meta ads, they're going to come in within a day or two.
Oh
Like
yeah, for
they come
sure.
in quick.
Yeah.
Website leads take a little longer, and we never pitch leads for website. We
Mm,
always pitch visibility and ranking. And
that
so,
makes
like, what we want
sense.
them seeing within like 14 days is like, hey, we want to see that you've got structure done. We want to see that you've started moving up a little bit in ranking. That's where the reporting comes in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just pitched that. Hey, what's our time to value in 14 days? You should be getting leads from meta ads, and you should be moving up in ranking.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Very
Yeah.
similar. I say 15 days
Yeah.
and really, and I'm sure it's probably the same for you. A lot of that time is like waiting on them to get video creatives back. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, we try and move really, really fast. Just so like obviously when someone pays you a large sum of money, like you want to reinforce the value as
Yeah.
quick as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure you know like that first 48 hours, that window, like where the regret starts kicking in for most people.
It's
And so yeah,
crazy. Well,
yeah.
I say the first month. I always tell my team, and I think it took my team a long time to understand this. We're like, why do we have so many people in the first month? Like not complaining, but like, the people in the first month are the ones that are, it's because they have that regret in the first month. And
Yeah.
it's like, if you get them through the first month and they're happy, like they'll stay. Like they're
Yeah.
not going to leave you. But the
Yeah.
first month has always been like historically been like either they're going to leave quickly,
Mm,
right? Or they're staying for the long term. Like we
yeah.
don't have the in between. Like our average retention's like 8 to 9 months because of that, right? But
Yeah.
I would say that people that do leave are like within the first month.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
Um, well, I was about to ask you something. Do you feel like as far as like services, you guys are pretty like evenly strong in all of them, or like is there one where you're like, yeah, this is like our bread and butter, like we get better results than anyone?
we've been doing that ads for a long time.
Okay.
Because we've been doing it for 4 years, and because I think Leanne is one of the best out there, like at
Mm,
what she does, I think that's where we get insane results for people. But our
yeah,
SEO has been really, really good.
really.
Like I said, we don't pitch leads, but like I'm getting emails every single day, new lead, new lead, new lead, new lead, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is great because it's working. That means our visibility is,
Yeah.
going up, and our rankings are going up. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting those leads.
Yeah, for sure.
And it also reinforces like our ad side of, hey, people are seeing our ads and then searching us on, like, we know that that's a thing,
Yeah.
right? So I would say right now both are performing like exceptionally well. We just have a longer history of meta.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. What's kind of like your strategy with meta ads? I know everyone kind of does different stuff. What is
Yeah.
yours?
We've always been lead form
Okay.
heavy, just for like since the beginning of time. We just
Yeah.
haven't needed to switch it. I know you do a lot of landing page stuff, and we've talked
Yeah.
about that. We've talked about, hey, let's go landing page, let's talk about it. It's just so hard to get like creative sometimes from them.
Yeah.
That it's like, hey, this landing page has to have like a video, a VSL type of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna take 5 weeks to get this thing to me.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're like, is it worth it? We'll try it on some people, especially like higher ticket. Like if they're
Mhm.
really, really high ticket, we'll think about VSL more.
Yeah.
But lead forms do fine for anybody who's like in that $10,000 to $50,000 range. They get
Yeah.
volume there. So we've always been lead form heavy, and then we've always just tested really heavy. So things have changed. You've been doing it 3 years. I've been doing it 4. Like 3 years ago, what worked does not work today,
Yeah, oh, for sure.
like at all. And so like 3 years ago, like carousels worked really well, and
Yeah.
statics worked really well,
Yeah.
and now
I,
it's like, okay, well, if you're not doing video, like you're not winning. And
yeah. Yeah. I literally right before we hopped on, I just finished up like two video audits and like
yeah.
they both were running carousel ads and I'm like, you should not be doing these.
Yeah, and I don't mind carousel ads, but you shouldn't be running them by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're running carousel, it should be an A/B test, or it should be like one of your testing elements. I
Mhm.
will not just throw out carousel unless you have the data to prove behind it that it's
Yeah.
working, which
Yeah.
most people aren't going to have. They just throw
Right.
out something. And that's
Yeah.
like my biggest gripe with people doing it themselves is they're not educated on it.
Right.
I just try to tell them like, dude, if I tried to build a patio in my backyard, it would look like shit. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like there's certain things I'm good at, and you have to, as a business owner, you have to know where your weaknesses and your strengths lie.
For sure.
And like, and plus it's a full-time job. Like people don't understand that it's a full-time job running ads.
Yeah.
Right. I have a team that I pay very, very well full-time to run these things. Like you can't possibly run a business, run your family, and run ads at the same time.
Yeah.
Or would I want you to, right? And so yeah, we're just test heavy. Like videos work really well, but we also have to remember that what works in Florida is not going to work in like Minnesota, right? And so we have to test statics, we have to test carousels, and some contractors are like more personable than others. It's
Yeah.
just how it is. Like they should all be personable if they're salesmen, but
Yeah.
that's just the reality. And so like I'm not going to put out a video that looks like he hates his life, right? So
Right. Yeah.
we'll coach him on that, but we'll get leads where we can. And some guys just take forever to get stuff to us too. And so we're like, hey,
Yeah.
we'll just run statics until you get something to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, videos work really well. So we've been video heavy lately.
Okay. Okay, for sure. And then are you A/B testing for videos? Ho-
Yeah, we'll test different hooks on videos. Usually depends on like their bandwidth and how much they're getting us.
Mm,
But in my ideal world, we would be able to test a few different hooks and angles with videos.
yeah.
We don't go overproduce videos very much. If they
Yeah.
have them, we'll run them and we'll test them, but we don't ask for them.
Okay. I
Right.
see.
So like if they're like, oh, I have these videos, I'm like, okay, we'll run them and test it just to make
Yeah.
sure. But I'm not like, hey, go hire a videographer and do this.
Yeah.
They haven't worked historically for us.
Yeah. No, we did all selfie ads for the most part.
Yeah.
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 Work.
So
Yeah. And so for the A/B testing, are you doing like the actual A/B test setting in like the admin or like just your own A/B
yeah,
test?
we just do our own.
Okay.
I learned a long time ago, and you might be able to confirm this, but like the number one rule of meta mark like advertising is like don't trust Meta to
Oh
do.
yeah.
And it's like a running joke between agencies, but it's like true. It's like people use like the AI stuff on there and it's to make decisions. I'm like, don't let it make your decisions for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So
And I've had
you turn.
clients like, yeah, I've had clients in their back end go in and it's like, well, Meta's saying that it's not performing the way it should be. I'm like, shit, don't listen to Meta, dude.
Yeah, I
Like,
know. I've had that conversation all the time. So I'm
yeah,
assuming you turn off all advantage stuff.
yeah, we
Yeah.
go all original audience. We do it all. So it's just worked the best from what we
Yeah.
do. So we test everything in ad sets.
Mm,
Um, we usually go ABO testing early on just to make sure what's working, and then we'll go more
really?
CBO if we have something that's working.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. For the most part, I really only do CBO.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think we've ever really done ABO to be honest.
Really.
Like CBO works the best.
Yeah.
We're just, early on we're testing to see what's creatives are working.
Yeah.
We've never really changed our testing structure in 3 years. It's always worked.
Yeah.
It's just some of the algorithm stuff has changed,
Yeah.
but the testing processes have never really changed.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I have clients all the time who they're like, "Well, the ads manager says that we're at a 60% optimization score," and I'm just like, "Well, like you see the money coming in, like who
Yeah.
cares?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why are we paying attention to things that
yeah,
don't matter?
seriously, yeah. So
Well,
what metrics?
but they have
Oh,
to
go
remember
ahead.
too that like Meta is taking all advertising into consideration, right? And so like, well, are you going to listen to Meta? Basically, Meta's telling you that you're in 60% optimization, but they could be talking about ecom, like for all we
Right.
know. So
Yeah.
like, we can't be listening to things that are just like very broad,
Yeah.
right? If Meta gave me a score like, oh, in contractor marketing, you're this, then I would believe it a little more, but they don't have the
Yeah.
data to basically do that.
Yeah. No, for sure. Are you removing certain placements too?
We'll start pretty open, but usually if like spam leads start coming in, we'll remove quite a few placements.
Yeah.
That's usually the culprit if spam comes in.
Yeah.
But we're pretty broad to start, and then we like to chunk down a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I start everything like I'll always remove Messenger as a
Yeah,
placement.
terrible
Yeah.
mess. It's terrible.
Yeah, always remove
Marketplace. I
audience.
remove marketplace a lot too.
Yeah, marketplace, audience networks. I remove all that. And yeah, I
Yeah.
just in the start, just broad hit Facebook and Instagram. And then once we get data coming through, like a lot of times I'll see like for like our higher ticket stuff, stories like don't perform at all. And so like
Yeah.
I'll completely remove stories as a placement and just like only hit the feed.
Feeds have historically been
Yeah,
the best placements.
yeah,
If you just go straight IG and meta feed like a Facebook feed, like you're probably gonna be fine.
yeah, yeah,
um, Especially for the high ticket stuff for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
And then like how much data are you looking at? Like, are you looking at a lot of demographic data, female, male, ages? Like,
Yeah,
because it
so
can get a little crazy, but you can also like over analyze things too.
yeah, I look at age sometimes, but really I don't pay attention to that stuff too
Yeah,
much. Like for the most part, just from tracking, like I really don't even look at like CPL or anything. Like
yeah.
I try
I
and
don't look
base
at CPL.
yeah, those are like vanity metrics. I feel like a lot of times, like people want to be
Yeah,
say they have the lowest cost per lead, and like, yeah, your leads are probably crap, you know. And so, I really just try and base everything on CAC, you know, like
yeah.
how much does it cost to acquire, and we just try and make all decisions based on that number. And I feel like,
how are you getting your guys to track some of that stuff? Because I know that's been a difficult part for us in the past. Like a lot of these guys are just so used to doing the work and
Yeah.
not used to being like a business owner. And so like getting them to track numbers is like pulling teeth half the time.
Yeah.
But like we'll track cost per book call, cost per shown call, cost per estimate, and cost per and like CAC, right? Like we're
Mhm.
tracking those four things pretty consistently because I think if you know the numbers on those and AOV, right?
Yeah.
And if you know the numbers on those five things, you could scale your ads to wherever you want them to
Oh,
go.
for sure.
But like I would say like out of like 30 guys, like I said, I'm not throwing anyone under the bus, but like out of 30 guys, like maybe 10% track correctly.
Yeah. So to answer your question, it's just not to like crap on anyone, but it's just getting better clients. Like,
Sure, sure,
yeah,
sure, sure.
yeah. Like, past few months, like big focus has just been going like very, very up market just because, yeah, they're going to have better systems, it's a better team infrastructure, all that. And like, I feel like that has solved the problem. Maybe I could have like tried to help some guys like track a little better, but I've really just solved that by, yeah, trying to get better clients who do actually track
Yeah.
their numbers and
Just
like,
speaking to like higher level problems.
yeah, yeah.
That makes sense.
Like one thing I've really seen, like just I feel like we get the best results when the founder is like really bought into the marketing and like wants to understand everything that we're doing, wants to know his numbers. And that's been kind of like a new prerequisite for me. Like
That's
you
nice.
have to like really like I want us to be talking like every day, and like
Yeah.
really know our numbers like the back of our hand. So
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think a lot of like agency owners kind of might see that as like a pushy client or like a client who's like over involved, but like I think you almost need somebody who wants to has the desire to understand it.
yeah.
But then it has like the understanding too of like, hey, let us do our thing, but
Yeah.
here's how we do things.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Like there's definitely a balance. So far, like I haven't had anyone who's super pushy. And like I probably do talk to my clients like too much, some people might say, but like I want to just because
Yeah.
I feel like it helps me. Like I haven't felt burdened by any conversations. But
Nice.
like yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking to these guys every day, just trying to understand. Like I'm asking questions about like their quotes, like how that's going. What are people
Yeah.
saying?
Same.
Yeah, are people mentioning the ads at all? Like some really good feedback that I got recently was like one of the ladies basically when they went out to give her estimate, she was like quoting stuff from the ad and saying like that's what like really resonated with her. And so that's
Mm,
good stuff to know because you just go double down and make more of those ads. And so
yeah.
I just I don't know. I like being hands-on and I don't really want to like be out of touch with any of that
Well,
stuff.
it's a curious thing for me, right? So
Yeah,
like that's what I talk about a lot, and like biggest thing is like be curious. Like I got that from freaking Ted Lasso, by the way. But
really.
um, if you haven't watched, have you seen it? Have you
No,
watched it?
I haven't. I've never watched. I
Yeah,
heard
what
of it.
Ted Lasso's amazing. You'll love it
Really?
as an athlete. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny. But I got that from that. It was like be curious, not judgmental. And so like one of the big things is like I want to always want to be curious about what's going on in their world,
Yeah.
right? So I ask a lot of curious questions about that. Like, hey, did they see the ads? What did they mention? Like, what does the
Yeah.
process look like? Like, what did you do when you got there? Like,
Yeah.
and sometimes they get it like, oh God, I don't have time to answer all these questions, but it's like I want to know more so I
Yeah.
can help you better.
Yeah.
Um, like obviously we've done this so much that like if you're not closing, I probably can tell you why.
Right. Oh yeah, for
Right. And I'm
sure.
not trying to tell you to do your job, but like understand that I've done this a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I'm very curious about it. And Leanne does most of the day to day with like the ad side of the stuff.
Mm.
But I always jump in if I could see something like that
Yeah.
where it's like, where they're like, well, they called in and I'm like, did they mention the ad? Did they say they saw it? Like,
Yeah.
I want to know where the attribution's coming from because a lot of when you do meta ads and SEO, a lot of times, like I said, they'll come through the website
Mm.
and they'll be like, "Oh, our meta ads aren't working. We're not getting lead flow from it." And I'm like, "Well, let's hold on here a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Like, you might not be getting direct lead flow from it right now, right? But like, did they see it? Like,
Right.
and I don't really care. The reason we push full service is like, if you're getting lead flow and you're getting work, I don't really care where it's coming from.
Yeah.
It's like our system's doing its job at that point.
Right.
Don't be like, "Oh, meta's not working, but website is." It's like, no, the system's working,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So. And as long
Def
as you could track ROI from both of those things, so like if we're 3,000 a month and they're spending two more on ads or whatever, And I'm like, dude, you're spending 5,000 a month and you're getting 50,000. Like, I don't care where it's coming from.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I have recently like started telling guys like for call-ins and stuff, yeah, ask like where they come from. Because a lot of people do, and it's like they'll see the meta ad and then they'll go look you up online and then call
totally.
it. So like, yeah, that's technically attributed towards meta. And so yeah, definitely want to know all that stuff.
For sure.
I'm curious, so like where like what's your goal with the agency? I just thought of this, but like what are you trying to do? Like do you want to exit at some point or
I've always played around with exit. Like every business owner, I have like ADHD like crazy. And so I'm always like looking at the next thing
yeah.
as an entrepreneur. But like, I don't know. Like, we got to a point where I always had to find like my why for doing things.
Mm,
And that's probably from my athlete background. But once we got to like 10,000 a month in the agency and I was making like 10K, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty comfortable. I'm pretty good."
mm,
Right. And then like brought on team and I was like, I got to find a new reason. And so like that, the reason became like getting my team to where they wanted to get to. Right. And so
yeah,
like I have two team members that make six figures a year at this point, which is
yeah,
nice. Right. Like they're
yeah,
living lives that they want to live, what they couldn't do running their own agency. And then it became like, all right, well, now we're doing, 60, 70 a month and they're making what they like, we got to find a new reason. It was like getting our clients results and getting them. And so we just went heavy into like clients. So I
yeah,
think my goal is just basically to continue to grow it to a point where we're getting helping as many people as we possibly can,
yeah,
uh, within reason, right? Like we're never going to be like the 297, 497 guys, but like, well, if you're serious about growing your business, like we're here to help and we want to help
yeah,
as many people as possible. And if that's 100,000 a month for us or a million a month for us, like I'm cool.
yeah,
And an exit's like always on the back of my mind, but it's never, I don't feel like the thing about the agency is I don't feel like I need to exit it because it does so well and my time is spent really well with it.
yeah,
I think like an exit would be cool. Like, okay, I can get, a couple of mil for this thing, but then what am I gonna do?
right, yeah,
So, but yeah, so I don't think an exit's like on my plans right now, but we're always looking at new stuff. Like we're coming out with a software called Local Edge Pro. It's basically an SEO. It's a local citation listing software
I
that
see.
helps with a lot of that stuff. And so that's a big part of SEO. And we
Yeah,
found a hole in the market that's like, okay, well, there's a lot of AI stuff out there, but AI can't do listings like this.
yeah,
So we wanted to create something that did that. And so we're coming out with that. So we're just thinking of new ideas all the time.
yeah, okay,
But the agency kind of does its own thing. And, we're at this point, it's not on autopilot completely. So we're
yeah,
still figuring out our own paid ads and stuff, but it's starting to get to the point where it's on autopilot.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I don't care about an exit. Like I haven't thought about it at all. I'm just like trying to maximize my cash flow if I'm being like super honest.
Sure. That's
Yeah,
true. That's valid. Like there's things you got to pay for. And
yeah,
I've never been so like we bought a house last year, which was awesome. We were able to do that because of the agency and
yeah,
but like I'm 37 now. And
okay,
so I got a 6-year-old and I got one on the way, and I've never been like maybe 10 years ago if I was running my agency, I've been like, dude, stack my cash. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm just in a different phase at this point where I'm
yeah,
like, hey, I want to be comfortable and I want to live, don't want anybody to have to worry about money.
yeah,
And if that's, I'm an S corp, so I take my 10,000 a month and we're
mhm,
cool.
yeah,
Now if I wanted to go buy a car, then I'd take a draw, but
yeah,
yeah, I'm not like I need to make $100,000 a month so I can go buy a Ferrari or whatever it
yeah,
is. And that stuff's it's always so tempting sometimes too, because you're like, oh, that'd be sick to have it, right?
yeah,
But yeah, for me, it's a phase of life thing, and I know you're a little bit younger on your end,
yeah,
but I don't I don't fault anybody for where they're at. I think everybody's goals are different, and whatever you want to do, man, you could do. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Really, like I've honed in on my vision a lot, and I'm 25,
yeah,
and like no kids or anything, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
a lot could definitely change. But yeah, I'm just I wanted to stay high margin, like I'm like 90% margins, and
So
so
nice.
yeah, and so I don't want to build this big team, and like I'm having to manage all these different people, and like my
Sure,
margin tanks and then suddenly like I'm not taking home a bunch of money, and so
for
yeah, really
sure.
like I just want a lean team. I want to work with a select few clients where we're like working very closely. We
Yeah,
have incentivized goals, so we're like I'm gonna make them a crap ton of money, but in return like they're gonna pay me a crap ton of money, and
yep,
we just build that way. That's really my focus. And yeah, just trying to increase cash flow as much as possible. And
That's nice, man.
yeah,
And like I said, if I was when I was 25 and I was if got it, first of all, like I wish I was running my agency at 25. Starting it at 34 was a
yeah,
little late in the game. Not too late, but
never too
I
late.
yeah, no, I think at that age I would have been focused on the same thing. Like I
Yeah,
would have been focused on stacking cash because knowing that hey, I want these things in life, like I'm gonna need cash flow for it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, dude, like I think high margin's awesome. That's how I started. I was like 90% rolling and 90% margin. I
yeah,
just got to a point where like I coach high school basketball. It's a full-time job,
yeah,
right? And so I was like, can I sustainably keep 90% margin, coach high school basketball, and like actually get great results? And it got to a point where it's like, I don't think I can do all three of those.
yeah. That makes
I was
sense.
like, I'm gonna have to give up something. And it was margin at the end of the day. It was like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to give up a little bit of margin to hire good people to do this for me so that I can do other things.
yeah,
But we're still like high margin. Like even we're still, I mean, personally, the business, I'll talk about business margin because I'm an S corp, but even after paying my whole team and everybody, like we're still 60, 65%,
really. Okay, yeah,
which
that's
is
good.
crazy that you
That's
could do
really
that
good.
with a
Yeah,
team.
yeah,
Contracting is like 20%, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
but yeah, so we're still high enough margin, but now I've balanced it well to where like I just don't do a lot of things in the business day to day.
yeah,
And that's kind of the way I like it. So,
yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, that's like I know a lot of people will build out like these huge teams and like their margins drop to 20%, and like that just I don't know. I've looked at that stuff and like that's never sounded like enjoyable to me. Like I see agencies that like I talk to a lot of people and like I
yeah.
see guys who like revenue wise, like yeah, they do a little more revenue than I do, but like
Yeah.
if we look like what we're actually like netting at the end of the month,
Yeah.
or like I'm making so much more, and like I don't know. I just don't care about being able to flex like the huge revenue numbers if I'm not
Nah.
actually taking home the majority of that. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I've never cared about being, oh, we do $10 million a year, and I'm like, I
yeah,
don't. It doesn't matter to me.
yeah,
Like, plus, that's just more headache for me as the business owner. Like
yeah,
now, I'm gonna have to manage this team. I'm gonna have to
yeah,
hire people at high levels to manage this team. Like you said, margins drop. Like
yeah,
I love my lean team. I got four people, and like we, do our team meetings, and that's it. Like it's cool.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm staying lean for as long as I can.
yeah. No, for sure.
Like maybe a couple of juniors here and there, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna get because it creates problems for your clients too.
Yeah,
They got
absolutely.
to jump through three account managers and stuff. I hear horror stories all the time
Yeah,
about, oh, I use this big agency and, my account manager churned after 1 month and I had a new one. And it's like, dude, that sounds miserable.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm the same way. Like stay lean, like keep your cash flow high, your margins high, and
yeah,
get the best results that you can for the most amount of people you can at that price, right?
yeah,
And if I cap, like, then I'll cap, but it's going to be at a high margin still.
yeah, for sure. Do you ever plan on increasing prices at all, or?
I think if I added, I'm so like not adverse to raising prices. I just very much like, hey, I like contractors enough to be like, hey, I know you got to keep some of this stuff. We
Yeah.
get good enough results probably to raise our prices a lot of times, but I think we're comfortable with where we're at right now. And it's
Mhm.
not like I don't know. I feel like if I raise my prices, I'd have to add it on like more consulting or whatever.
I see.
And if I got to that point, then sure. If I wanted, because we used to do a lot more consulting, but now I just like, I know guys like Alec Roy and like he does a lot of like the sales consulting and stuff. And I'm like, dude, if you want that help, like go to Alec. Like he does
Yeah,
it better than me and has more time than me. And like we're really good. Like you said, we're really, really good in these areas.
yeah,
And I just don't care to like do more at this point,
yeah.
even
Okay.
though I could. I just don't care to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I tried adding consulting earlier this year just because I thought that could be like another revenue stream, like get some
Yep.
people maybe they can't afford like the done for you stuff. Hated it, cut it after like
Yep.
two or 3 months.
Yep.
I hated it. It's just and I probably need to get better, but like I'm not a teacher, like hands-on. Like I can throw on my Miro board and screen share
Yeah.
and like break down everything, but like as soon as it's one-on-one, I haven't been able to teach. So that's probably my next step, just like as a leader. But yeah, I hated the consulting side.
It's not easy, and
Yeah,
it's like, well, and then you have limiting beliefs. I'm like, well, I don't run a home service business, right? Like, so there's certain things they'll ask me. I'm like, dude, I don't know because I don't do this. Like, I
yeah,
know 100 people that could help you with this. I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
But like I'll tell you what works in sales. I'll tell you how to sell. I'll tell you like so we'll look at certain things and I'll do consulting still, but like it's not formal.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna sit down weekly and go over your numbers and like look at the consulting and review your tapes and stuff. Like if they want me to, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not an offer at this point for us.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. So are
Yeah.
you you're pretty set then, like on home services, like you plan to stay in that niche and like not branch out?
I think it's the best niche out there because like one, I think there's a lot of recession-proof home services.
Oh, for sure.
We were so niched down into like outdoor living for a long time. We still are. Well, like
Mhm.
95% of our clients are still patio or deck builders.
Okay.
But we've branched out in like some painting stuff, some HVAC stuff, and it's done fine. Like, but that's also a very much more lower ticket, I think. And
Yeah.
so it's hard to raise prices in those
Yeah, that makes sense.
um, comfortably, I guess. So we branched out a little. Like we're still looking for that next niche. Like lighting's probably we get a lot of seasonal lighting. Like during Christmas, we pick up a ton of clients for lighting for
Yeah.
Meta
Yeah.
because it's super easy to run. They get
It's so
volume. They
easy.
get volume leads like in a month, and it's
Yeah.
like so we'll do an offer. Like last year, we did an offer. It was like 3K for the whole season, and it was like 3 months worth. And we're just like, let's just pump them out.
Yeah.
And we picked up 10 clients from it. And like that's a nice thing because in our industry with like outdoor living, home service, winter sometimes is like the slow season.
Yeah.
And so we don't get a lot of interest in like people being very comfortable and investing into like a full system at that point.
Right.
And so being able to pick up 30K in the winter is nice for us. And
Yeah.
then January, people start to want more ads and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Are you completely in home service right now?
No, I was in like yeah, not anymore. Really, like I've kind of changed from like industry specific to like it's really about the founder to me. Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
are they like growth oriented? And then also like I told you like trying to go a little more up market. So like looking at team size, looking at their infrastructure and like what they actually have from like a data standpoint, all their other assets that's become a lot more important than the specific industry for me.
That makes sense. What kind of industries are you in right now?
So like high end like home service stuff. So like
Yep.
luxury remodels where
Yep.
one job close is going to be $100,000 or more.
Yep.
Like that's a big focus. Um, I'm getting more into like info offers. I have some like webinars that are going to be launching soon for some clients, and I'm really excited for those. Like I just think those are more fun to work with them, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You can get really creative with some of your ad angles and all that. So that's really kind of where I'm trying to get to is like more so on the info side of things. I have like some business funding offers that I've worked with that like they're doing really, really well. We have a commercial real estate guy. Really just like I just want to be in something high ticket, if I'm being honest, and then like all the other stuff I mentioned as far as like the fit with the owner of the business and just kind of like
Yeah.
where they're trying to get. Yeah.
That makes sense. So it's like way more custom, like you said, to their situation.
Yeah.
And like that's where you thrive is like taking a situation and being like, all right, let's build from here.
Yeah.
I think where
Yeah.
we thrive a lot is like we're so systematized in home service that like we know what works. And it's like you know what works too, and you're good at building it and like getting them to a point where like one job pays for like whatever,
Yeah.
X amount. But like I think where we're at is we're so good at this works that we can get results quickly for you, right?
Yeah.
And so, but like when we tried to go, there's some we've tried to like we tried with like ecom, and I'm like, hell no,
Yeah. I won't touch
like
ecom.
ecom is so bad.
Yeah.
We had a couple like I helped a couple people out, and I was like, this is so awful.
Yeah.
But like my like Leanne loves doing like webinar stuff. She does mine.
Oh, really? Okay.
So like she likes that kind of thing and she wants me to take on more. And I'm just like, I'm not comfortable selling it all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm so versed in like how to sell home service out like marketing that it's just easy for me.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I wouldn't mind niching out a little bit. It's probably a limiting belief for me. Like, it's gonna be trying to learn a whole new industry again.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Like that's kind of how I thought at first. And I was like really dead set on like I have to just pick an industry and like that's it. But I real a lot of this stuff is more transferable than you think, man.
Sure.
At least on the ad side. Like I don't do SEO or anything like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
anymore. But like I feel like on the ad side, a lot of the strategies that we focus on they're just gonna work, you know?
yeah. Local SEO is the same though.
Is it?
Like local SEO is very much it's the same across the board. It doesn't matter what the industry is, as long as you know
Yeah.
the keywords, how to
Yeah.
position them and stuff. Like, but then you have like you can't do. I won't touch like national SEO or people that are like online businesses or whatever. Like I won't do it because like it's not the same.
Yeah, so much competition. You're competing with Amazon and Target.
It's ridiculous. And
Yeah,
so we recently had a client that we actually parted ways early on because it was just a misunderstanding. But he was doing like rock waterfalls and a super cool dude, but he wanted to like establish a national brand where he went and traveled and did these custom waterfall stuff. And we're like, okay, well, we probably should establish like a home base first.
yeah,
Started doing that and it just got too much to where like, okay, we're not going to be able to feasibly rank you in all these places
yeah,
like that the way you want it done. So it's just not going to work out. But
yeah,
like we won't touch that. They have to, it's got to be so local that it's easy for
yeah,
us to build.
yeah, for sure. What about ads? I was just thinking, like, you think ads could work for that guy?
Definitely can. It would just take a lot of ad spend
Yeah,
if we're going in different markets.
yeah,
And he's gonna have to film different creatives in different markets, and like it's gonna be
yeah,
a lot of time for him. It's just a lot. So like
yeah,
going back to what you talked about is at that point I would look at infrastructure heavy.
mm,
And I would look at, well, if you're the guy in the field, like you're not going to be able to do all this stuff for us. And so
right,
like you would need to get out of the field and be like full time in your own marketing and business ownership for
mm,
me to even touch this
yeah,
because I'm not going to be able to communicate with you the way I want to.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And that's the biggest thing is we take a lot of guys that are still in the field. Like our niche is very much so getting you out.
mm.
And we're good at that because we do a lot of recruiting funnels and hiring funnels with
Oh,
ads.
yeah, okay,
And so that's like one of our big components of our program is
yeah,
hiring funnels.
okay,
Uh,
okay, that
so a
makes
lot of our
sense.
marketing is geared towards, hey, you're doing a lot right now. We need to get you out. This is how you do it, right?
Yeah,
And so like marketing first, tracking, recruitment, all those things, and then like business leadership stuff, right?
okay,
Um, but that comes with like a downside because it's harder to communicate with them a lot of times.
yeah,
It's harder to get stuff from them when they're so busy all the time.
yeah,
So that's why we systematized it a lot and made it like just so easy for them.
yeah, that
Like
makes
if you can
sense.
just get us this in onboarding, like we'll get you results and then we'll start the process of getting you out.
Yeah. So, and maybe this is a tough question, but like just time frame wise, like how soon can you typically see someone like fully step out of the field?
Depends on their situation when we get to them, but like I would say if somebody's 100% in the field, let's just take an example, solo operator, which I don't really work with solo guys at all.
Yeah.
Um, it's too much of a headache. They have to have some sort of team, laborers or whatever. But I would say if somebody had a couple laborers, an office admin, and they were in the field still pretty much like as the foreman,
Mm.
we could probably see a 50% reduction in field work in 6 months.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's just logistics at that point.
Yeah.
The biggest limiting beliefs come from like, well, nobody can do it the way I do it. And it's like, yeah, you're not wrong, but we could build systems around how to do it.
Yeah.
And then like cash flow,
Yeah.
right? But I'm like, well, if we're marketing right and your cash flow is increasing, you're going to be able to afford somebody else.
Yeah.
And then finding the work is the third, like the hard thing for them, the bottleneck, and we do that for them.
Yeah. That makes
And
sense.
so we don't give them a reason, but yeah, I've seen guys exit about 50% in 6 months and
Okay.
fully out by a year and a half.
Yeah. Okay. When you guys, I know you're running ads to get clients. Is that like the messaging you use in the ads or?
We vary it. We vary it between like getting more volume and getting more visibility and stuff. And then like just depends on the season. Like right now we're way more heavy into recruitment.
Yeah. I
Makes
see.
natural. It makes sense where they're at in the
Oh, for
season. Like
sure.
how many guys are like, oh, I need more leads right now? Like
Yeah.
nobody because it's the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So it would be a waste to push like lead gen right now.
Mm.
So we push a lot more recruitment, a lot more getting out of the field because guys are just exhausted at this point.
Yeah.
And then like once we get into actually the video I just posted on YouTube today talks about this, but I broke the season up into like three different or the year up into three different seasons.
Mm.
And so like your January through April is like when people are super, super ambitious. They
Yeah.
want to change, they want to be better, and we get a lot of clients from that. And so
Yeah.
that's where we pitch like a lot of that stuff. Hey, you want to change this year, you want to be better, like this is the system you need to install.
Right.
So that when your busy season gets here, you're not running around like crazy. And then the busy season gets here and they don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And then we have to talk a lot about recruitment and like push to that emotion of like burnout. And then like August, September, October, November-ish, we're really talking towards like, hey, where'd all your referrals go, right?
Yeah.
Like they slowed down. You got no work. Like you should have
Yeah.
installed the system now or like 3 months ago, but it's not too late to do that
Yeah.
going forward. And so we've broken that up in our messaging. But yeah, a lot of it is system and a lot of it is like you need to like freedom is always the fifth spot for us. So like we want to work towards freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so, are majority of your clients then coming from ads?
Actually, no. I built
Really?
my agency like purely organic.
Really? Okay.
I would say I got to 50, 60K a month just organically.
Really?
Ads have been a challenge, honestly, to figure out. Like they
Yeah.
really have. They're not the same as home service at marketing ads. Like they're
Yeah.
just different. And so like we've had to go to more VSL, more landing page. We're
Mm.
starting to get better, but I think even like with me putting out YouTube and doing videos and stuff, like it's helped.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, I would say ads have been like the worst results for us,
Yeah.
just because it's a cold audience and it's
Yeah.
tougher.
For sure.
And we don't get a lot of show rates and stuff like that. And so
Yeah.
figuring that part out's been a challenge, but I've only been, on the ads for 6 months. And so it's going to take time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't really get any of my clients from ads.
Yeah.
I like we've ran them before and like we've landed deals, but I've just found that like the people who I want to work with, they're not necessarily responding to ads.
Yeah.
And so really what I do is like I just do like obviously organic. I get a ton of deals from Facebook. It's always interesting to me like so many people will reach out to me and it's like they've never interacted with a post or like never
Sure.
commented, but like they're like, oh, I see your Facebook post all the time, and then close the deal there. But then I also do like highly targeted cold outreach. And so like basically what I'll like do a full like funnel hack. Just like going through I only focus on people who are doing ads. I go through like everything that they're doing from an ad perspective and like 9 times out of 10, like there's a lot that they can do better, you know? And so
Yeah.
I'll just like put together like a Loom video breakdown and I'll send it to them. And that's what always is going to start the conversation. And then I'll have like an initial call with them where like I get more details and then we'll schedule like what's going to actually be the sales call. And I'll do
Yeah.
another like personalized, I call it like a personalized VSL where it's like
Yeah.
really taking everything that they're doing in their business, showing them how it fits into like our strategy and like what we're actually going to implement and then make it a requirement to watch that before we have on a
Totally.
call. Because it works as a filter too. Like if you
Totally.
can't take 8 minutes to watch the video, you're probably not going to be a good client anyways.
100%.
Yeah. But since doing that, like closing at like 80%, it's
Yeah. Well, because people come into the call informed and
yeah,
ready to
yeah,
buy from you.
yeah,
So that's always been like the biggest thing is like having a great pre-call structure.
yeah,
Like what you're, and that's what people don't understand is like people think jobs are won on like the estimate deliver or whatever on the sales meeting, but it's like jobs are won like far before that.
yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I like that. So where do you find, are you just like finding people in your audience and like going and researching them?
Yeah, so like you know, people will probably say it's not the most scalable way, but like I
Sure.
feel like it is. If like basically I know who I want to work with, I know who I can help, and so I just kind of I'll look on social media and just kind of try and identify people, and then when I find someone, I'll front load a lot of work. I could probably do like 30 minutes or so of research, just like making sure I understand everything. Another 30 minutes actually like building out the Loom board before I make it,
Totally.
then recording the video. That's probably another 10 minutes, I'll say. And so, yeah, it's like it's some work up front. And, but like I feel like it works just because it's like hyper personalized. And,
Sure.
like, the people who I'm going after, like I feel like they really respect like the value that's giving that's being given up front. And so yeah, it's worked really, really well. And yeah, it's probably not the most scalable way, but I don't
I mean,
know.
if it works for you and
Yeah,
it took you an hour total to make all this stuff and get them. And like, if you're
yeah.
landing a $5,000 a month client after an hour of work, then like, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And so, bro, so really what made me go all in on this, I looked at my numbers and I noticed like, okay, whenever I send this personalized VSL, I'm closing at 80%. And then
Yep.
I put up my WAP dashboard, I started looking at all like the recent deals, and in like a month and a half, there was like $45,000 in revenue attributed
Yep.
directly from like those type of VSLs. And so I'm like, okay, like I just need to do
Double down.
yeah, yeah. It just basically I'm like just do that. And so like that's what I spend most of my day doing is just like trying to find people who I can like send these
Yeah.
pitches to. And yeah, I think it works. And so I'm just trying to document everything that I'm doing so that I can eventually like have someone else who functions in this and like does this
Yep.
exact thing. But yeah, I think I think it's the best for like getting your like true ideal client, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, you got to front load some of the work, but I think it's worth it.
I
And
think it's and I do think it's scalable
yeah,
because you could build SOPs around that. Like
yeah,
the limiting belief is like, oh, I can do this and people are buying me. And like that's a dangerous place to get into agency work, but it's like people are buying an outcome. They're not buying
yeah,
you, right? The
right.
close like the earlier we understand that, the better because like I could teach somebody else how to do this front-loaded work and
Yeah,
make these videos and do this. Like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like that is scalable because now instead of you doing it, you could have you and somebody else doing it and you do double the amount, right?
Yeah,
So I think it is scalable. It might not be like the easiest way to do it, like
yeah.
time wise, but if it's working for you and you can measure like a tangible success to it, then like yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. And like I've really been going back and forth on like, should I run ads or should I not? And I just think like from an ad perspective, like we're pretty expensive. Like we like
Sure.
up front it's gonna be between 10 and 25,000, you know? And so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
getting someone from cold traffic to spend that type of money with
For
me,
sure.
like I don't think it's gonna like I'm gonna have to front a lot of money to like get someone because I feel like that's probably gonna be I don't know 30-day sales cycle, maybe, you know?
Yeah, and it's
Like,
probably going to be a $2,000 cost per acquisition.
yeah, yeah. And so I thought it would be better if yeah, just figure out a way to like build the trust up front. And like obviously as you know, like referrals are gonna be the best leads just because the trust is higher. And so
Yeah,
I'm just trying to
100%.
like front load everything I can do to like build that trust right away and then just try and close a lot quicker. And like right now, I would say my average sales cycle, like let's say after first touch, like we actually have a conversation on the phone where I hear a little bit more about them. It's like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would do that all the time, man. That's
yeah,
awesome. And
yeah.
you're closing, 5 people a month and you're making a lot
Right.
of money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Cool, man. No, that's sick. No, it's always interesting to hear how other people started. So, and like
yeah,
what's working for other people, because
yeah,
I'm going to take this and I'm going to freaking go do a Loom video for somebody and
yeah,
be like, hey, maybe this will work. Right.
yeah. No, you should try and I'll send you one of mine so you
Yeah.
can
Send
like
me, send me one of them for
structure.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. Cool,
But I
man.
think it does. Like if you front load the work and you build that trust, like, yeah, it's a slam dunk.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you hopping on,
Yeah,
man. I'm
man.
about to jump on another one, but
Yes, sir.
yeah, like this was super fun. We gotta hop on again sometime, really. Like
Absolutely.
maybe just go
Anytime you
like
want, man.
yeah, just like high level strategy and stuff. And
Anytime you want. I,
yeah,
I want to, I want to keep surrounding myself with guys that are doing great things. So
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
brother.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we'll talk soon. I'll send you one of those Loom videos so you can see.
Yeah, shoot me one
I
over.
think it'll work for you for sure, just kind of with your target audience and all that.
Bro, we'll talk
Yeah.
soon.
All right, cool. See you, Matt.
Yeah.